destiny. Every time it's on everything, you choosing the winry. Gotta keep stalking my destiny. Stop till I rest in peace and they put a hold on my great black ring. Every time I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So let's go by to a child of God. Standing toe to toe, no hot now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want my to hide. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is having, you just bought it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down. Let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as it is, so hard they go down. Since this will be something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game. So speed like the A train. The thing that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. I'm by myself, I don't gang bang. When you wanna get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chest it.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose hope. Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
What up, what up, what up? Good afternoon, BFam1096.com. Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you are tuning in to see this. This is Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I'm your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. If you haven't already, please head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. That's STALK, Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I go live, create a short, or upload a new video. Also, check out seasons 1, 2, and 3 of the Tea Time with Tara show, where I interview guests and ask them what they need along their journey to stalking their destiny. We're here every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central. Again, this is Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I'm your host, Tara M. Williams. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. How are you doing? How was your weekend? My weekend was so busy that I had to write it down, y'all. And I mean, I track my life because I like to document where was I, what was I doing at different times. And I may be a little obsessive about that. But how was your weekend? I definitely showed up for my people and with my people. This weekend got to visit a lot of people. I feel like I've been doing that intentionally for the last couple of weeks. But you know, it's nothing like it. If you can show up for some people, if you can show up and say, I love you, if you can show up and say, you know, I care, or if you just show up and say, I'm here, you know, show up with and for your people and show up for yourself as well, as necessary, as often as you need to. Okay. Let me know where you're tuning in from, guys. You can comment in the chat box or comments below, depending on where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from and just let me know, how are you doing? Okay. How are you doing? I'm going to go right ahead into the affirmations, get you guys some motivation for this week or inspiration for this week. Our affirmations are I am, I have, I will, and then we declare what kind of day or week we're going to have. You can carry these same affirmations into the entire week and just repeat them. Or you can do different affirmations for the day or even different times of day, depending on what you need in your life or what you need to talk yourself through. Okay. And so our affirmations for today and this week are, I am learning that it is okay for me to speak up. Okay. I'm learning that it's okay for me to speak up because closed mouths don't get fed, y'all. Okay. I have a say about how I am treated in all situations that involve me. That's why it's important to speak up, right? I will address issues while they can still be fixed. Wow. These affirmations today are like, listen, we're going to have effective communication because I am not willing to sit quiet and silently and being misunderstood or mishandled, willingly. And so it declares that today will be a wonderful day. Hi, Sheila. She said, I'm so happy to not be sick anymore. Oh, I'm so glad you're not sick anymore. I didn't know you were sick. And I have taken my pills today and will promise to try and take care of my body better. Yes. Oh, you missed 2 weeks because you were sick. Well, we missed you too. I definitely noticed you weren't here, Sheila, but please do take care of yourself first. We can't take care of others if we're not okay. And I kind of learned that the hard way. But please do take care of yourself, and hopefully you just keep getting better and better as well. And thank you for providing your affirmations as well. We love having you here. And so here, yeah, I'm learning that it's okay for me to speak up. I have a say about how I'm treated in all situations that involve me, and I will address issues while they can still be fixed. I had this conversation a couple days ago too about, like, I tell people to stay in the room. Okay. Yes, fix things while they can be fixed. Fix issues while they are present. Because sometimes, if you agree to take a break from it and say, okay, we're going to come back to this, then revisit it for real. Don't shelve something for the sake of putting someone off because you're avoiding the conversation. Have the conversation, but do it with love. It is okay for you to speak up. And it is okay for you to have a say about how you're treated or handled in situations. Now, be mindful that you may or may not be dealing with someone with a toxic mindset, and you may or may not be the person with the toxic mindset. So be mindful that the goal of speaking up and speaking out is to reach a resolve together. The goal is to have a way forward, either together or agreeing that we're going to part ways. And I think with that, most people don't necessarily think that we can agree to disagree and still be okay with one another. Nowadays, we're dealing with people who are like, if you don't agree with me, then you can go about your business. Well, that's not cool either. And so again, if it's a no for one person, it's a no for everybody. Okay. Meaning that, if you don't want to do this and I want to do this, then we're not going to do it, because I'm not going to force you to do something with me you don't want to do. Okay. And so you have a say so. Don't sit quietly and allow yourself to be mishandled or mistreated. I can say that because I did. I sat quite quietly. We freeze, we flee, or we fight. In traumatic type of situations. And some people don't deal with confrontation very well. And so if you get to the point where you freeze, and you can lose yourself. So speak up. Be mindful that you have the right to speak up. How you deliver is up to you, but hopefully you choose to deliver in a loving manner. And no, you do not have to sit down and take mistreatment. And address issues while they can still be fixed, because you just never know, y'all. I don't know if it's my age now or just life in general, because death has always been around, right? It's always been around, but it's happening so much, so quickly nowadays, that you really don't have time to wait on shit to come to you to be fixed. If you think about someone and you miss them, you love them, you want to repair things with them, then call them, reach out to them, find them, make it right while you can make it right, because you don't have time. That's not on your side at all. Time is not on your side at all. And then also, if you want to repair something with somebody, why not do it sooner than later anyway? Because you want to get back to the happy with that person. You want to get back to making memories with that person and doing life with them as well. DC, that thing got out. Sorry, guys. That's the inside thing to my producer. And okay, so let me move forward here so that's our affirmations for the week. Today will be a wonderful day, though. Okay. Today will be a wonderful day, because you have to declare what kind of day you're looking forward to, and then look forward to all the wonderful things in the day. Okay. I don't care if you're tired like I am. Today can still be a wonderful and beautiful day. We can rise to the occasion of our own lives, y'all. We are alive and well, and thank God for that. We have breath in our bodies, proper working systems in our bodies, activity of our limbs. We are blessed. We are blessed beyond measure. And so we can act like it. We can live in that, okay? And just decide it's going to be a wonderful day. Our food for thought quote for the day, it says this on my timesheet, and so I had to write a little bit more. Y'all know our food for thought quotes have been coming from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is not a sponsorship insert or paid partnership. This is just me saying that if you want to better your life, better your mindset, Think and Grow Rich is a book to read. And so this quote, so our quotes have been coming from it and will be coming for the next several weeks from this book. But it says here, one of these is desire, knowing what one wants. Okay. One of these is desire, knowing what one wants. Now here I went and found another quote in the book because I was like, that's not enough for food for thought. Like I want to put some thoughts in your mind, give you something to think about. And so I was like, okay, well, let me find another quote from the book. And it says, desire is the starting point to all achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen, pulsating desire which transcends everything. Everything. Like, I'm going to read that again for you, okay? It says, desire is the starting point to all achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen, pulsating desire which transcends everything. Like when you really desire something, you get up and get after it no matter what. You just get up and get after it because that's what you desire. You keep your eye on that thing. Like there is a moth right here in this place and I just desire for it to just be out of here. I don't wish it gone. I definitely desire it to mind its own business, to get out of my space, get out of my studio. However, when it comes to your personal matters, business or personal, or even your faith, sometimes we desire a closer relationship with the Lord. Sometimes we desire a closer relationship with our partners, our family members. We desire a better atmosphere or things in our workplace. And sometimes you just desire to love you more, right? Sometimes you desire to love you more. And so with those things, I believe action follows that desire. Like that desire is the catalyst. It moves you forward because it's not just a wish. When you just wish, you could just sit around wishing all day and daydreaming all day. You're not going to do anything about it. It's just there like, oh, I just want to live on this flight of fancy. That's not so much desire, right? You're not just hoping for and wishing for it. You are actually allowing that desire to move you towards what it is you really want for yourself. And so knowing what it is you want is the big portion of it. It says one of these is desire, knowing what one wants. And oftentimes like, you can get asked, especially women, if you ask someone what they want to eat, we don't know, and we do know when we're alone, we go right to what we want, right? But when asked that, what do you want? That takes thought. It takes time to sit and really see, what do I desire? What do you want from your job? What do you want this problem to be? How do you want this problem to be solved? Right? What do you desire? And it's something that that everyone should practice asking that too. Like when you have come head to head with someone or anything, we have to come together to make a decision about anything. Or even just in and of yourself, your business, your personal goals, whatever it is. What do I desire? Like what outcome do I desire here? What solution do I want? What do I want to get out of this? What do I want to gain from this? Right? And so that's something that desires should run deep. Desires should be strong in us as well, because it's something that, again, is moving us. Don't know what the thing is, then these desires you might have could really just be wishes or being hopeful or just some bull crap you feeding yourself, lies and deceit. And we are the biggest deceiver of ourselves. So think about that. One of these is desire, knowing what one wants. Okay. And desire is the starting point to all achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen, pulsating desire which transcends everything. Okay? That is our food for thought quote, again, from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you haven't read it, consider reading it at least once in your life, but I suggest reading it once a year. I haven't even read it once a year. I may have by accident. But I suggest reading it once a year. But if you're not that type of person, just read it once in your lifetime. I'm getting hot. Our devotional comes from Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. From Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope y'all have y'all Bibles, y'all pens, y'all papers, your favorite drink. I'm not drinking tea today. I'm drinking soda because it is hot and I didn't want no hot tea. But I hope you all have what you need to take notes here today as well. So in Revelation 2, chapter 2, verse 10, it says this: do not be afraid of what you are about to suffer. I tell you, the devil will put some of you in prison to test you, and you will suffer persecution for 10 days. Be faithful, even to the point of death, and I will give you the crown of life. Okay? Do not be afraid of what you are about to suffer. I tell you, the devil will put some of you in prison to test you, and you will suffer persecution for 10 days. Be faithful even to the point of death, and I will give you the crown of life. Okay? That sounds scary, right? Because who wants to be faithful to the point of death? Who just says, I'm okay with dying here? That's a big thing to commit to, right? That's a big thing to commit to. But here I wrote, do what you can while you can. And so the focus here is that don't be afraid of what you're about to suffer, right? Because the enemy will try to imprison you. Now, let me just take it from the scripture and just bring it to real life, okay? Saying yes to God does bring suffering sometimes, because you have to be stretched. You have to be changed. Like, the trajectory of your life can change. Sometimes during that process, you have to shed things in and of yourself and outside of yourself, which is a stretching too. Stretching hurts. Being grounded hurts. Being in anything that feels like a cage or a prison can hurt, right? In your life. You're like, God, why am I struggling in my finances? Why am I dealing with people that hate me? How come I don't love myself, right? Why is my business failing? How come this didn't go the way I thought it would or hoped for? Those things can feel like suffering, and it very much so can be suffering, right? And so with those things, for me, it's actually saying don't die there. It's saying endure, and get to the other side of it. And like I said, even here it says even if the other side of it is death, right? And so, but when we're in a prison of life, don't be afraid about it, because seasons still have to change. Okay. And it can piss you off and it can frustrate you. And all of that, because these seasons of suffering, it's hard. Okay. It's hard. But the Bible tells us about long suffering, which I believe the fruit of the spirits are the actions of love. Like, we know what love is, but then what does love look like? How do I show love? By the fruit of the spirit is how we show love. That's love in action. It's peace, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, goodness, long suffering, something else, self-control. Okay. And so practicing those things, right? We don't want the long suffering portion of things. We're like, okay, I'm okay with some of this goodness, peacefulness. That's cool. That's cute. We're okay with the cute things, but we are terrified of the suffering. Okay. And I know there's another part in the Bible too that says like that they suffer a little while, and like I said, nobody wants to suffer. So do what you can while you can. And when I say that, what I mean is sometimes in these things that look like prisons to us, that feel like prisons, that absolutely feel like suffering to us, we forget that we are still able and capable. We forget that even though we can't do what we want to do or hope to do or how we thought we would be able to do it, that there are other ways to traverse this thing. There are other ways to navigate when life closes a door in your face that you really hoped for or needed, right? And so if we remain hopeful and we remain open, keeping our eyes open on what's around us, sometimes you have to just change your vantage point, right? And there's this movie called, I think it's called Vantage Point, actually. It's an old movie, old now, I think it's old. It's called Vantage Point. And so with it, they show the same exact event taking place. Like there's a bomb exploding, a bomb goes off, right? And it's the same scene over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. There are 8 different vantage points, I believe, in this movie. 8 different lines of sight. So can you imagine that if I am in this prison of life, and I told y'all, like, I was in this situation kicking and screaming where God has placed me. And could you imagine that if you could only see it one way? Because we choose to be closed-minded. If you choose to be closed-minded, you can only see it one way, then you feel like there's nothing I can do about this. And we just, woe is me, and I'm the victim and all of that. And that, okay, you might have been the one hurt in this situation. That may very well be true, but you're the only one that can get you the hell up. You're the only one that can decide, I want to get up from here. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to die in this. There has to be a point where and I talked about the diamond and the paradigm shift and all of that before a few episodes ago, right? A few episodes of the show ago, I talked about that, right? The paradigm shift and everything. If you're willing to shift your vantage point, if you're willing to see from a different perspective, a different sight line of how can this be possible, this is why we need our differences. This is why we need people around us that don't think exactly like we do. They may understand us, but they may think differently, because then we can see through their eyes when we sit at the foot of understanding. Okay? And that allows us to find a new way forward, or a new way to look at the situation that we're in. I've had to look at the situation I'm in so many different ways since being in it. And don't get me wrong, like, you still suffer a while. You still suffer, but when you look at it differently, you gain hope, you gain strength, right? You grow, you learn, you adjust, and you figure out, like, wow, even in your long suffering and your enduring, you figure out the power that you have inside of you to navigate tough things. Okay? Or things you just don't like at all. You find out more about you going through those things. Okay? Because even if you want to give up, and y'all know I've wanted to give up a few times, but my company is Stalk Your Destiny, and stalkers do not quit. Right? But I've wanted to give up a few times and throw in the towel and say, forget all of this. Forget it all. Okay? But you got to see it from a different point of view. And you have to remember, like, go back to your desire. What do I desire to gain from this? Or where was I going before this even took place? You got to remember sometimes, where was I going before this took place? Before this prison of life came, before this unexpected situation took place, or before whatever, I'm in this cage. How do I get out of this cage? I don't have the key. Well, you may not need a key. The door might be open already. Push it. Push it. And so that's just something to think about. Do what you can, while you can. Don't be afraid. Okay, because you will have these times and seasons of long suffering. You will have these experiences that feel like you're imprisoned, or you're encaged, or you're chained. Sometimes we feel unmovable, but God can do anything and everything if you allow it. And if we open and expand our minds to it, you can be free again. Okay? You can be free again. So, excuse me, for more information about me, interviews I've done, podcasts, even some episodes of the Tea Time with Tara show. You can check out my website at www.stalkyourdestiny.com. While you're there, you can check out any of my books and planners, the line of accountability tools. Some of my books include a 12-book devotional series called Earthly Branches. It is interactive, where you have a passage for the day, you have a quote for the day, and you have a question for the day, so that you can transform your mind while you are in your devotional time, while you're going throughout your day. That it can be used when fasting, because most times we need something to focus on fasting. So those are 12 different topics, 30-day books. Earthly Branches, a 12-book devotional series. On there, you can check out my book Until and Then Again, Chronicles of the Narcissist Wife, y'all, and see what most people are not talking about, which is, how does a person inside of that type of relationship or situation feel, or what do they think about, while this is happening? When people say, what were you thinking? Well, now you get to see the inside of that type of relationship, which was my marriage at the time. And so that's Until and Then Again, Chronicles of the Narcissist Wife. It just gives insight to what the person experiencing that goes through as well. And then there's another book called This Love, His Love. Finding Love is Never Easy, Especially God's Love. And that is a 300-page novel about a young woman who is an entrepreneur as well. A young woman and two young men are the lead characters or main characters in that. And it's really about finding love, but also it's about navigating life as young entrepreneurs or business people, just young adults in this world, and some of the things that they go through in relationship and in business. Okay. That roller coaster ride of life is what that is about. So check out the website, www.stalkyourdestiny.com. And while you're there, do consider becoming a sponsor for this show. We would love to expand this show even further, reach more audience, and be present with you all more than one day a week. That is my desire, okay, to show up for you more than once a week. But to do that, then we need sponsorships. And so how can we help you push forward your advertisements, your business, your product, your service? You can become a sponsor. So while you're there, go to the Live and On Air tab, scroll down, and you'll see the sponsorship information for sponsorship packages as little as $50 a month, as much as $500 a month as well. Now, if you say, Tara, I don't necessarily want to become a sponsor, but I love the show and I would love to hear you on air more than once a week and see you expand your audience as well, I would love to donate. Well, when you visit the website, you can click the donate tab, and you can donate any amount from $1 up to whatever you like. You can become a monthly, you can donate on a monthly basis, or whatever option you choose, one time or whatever you choose. We would love all the support. We just want to be able to show up for you guys, and again, expand so that we can be present. I so I can be present with you more than once a week, and again, reach a larger audience to change more lives daily. Okay, again, that's www.stalkyourdestiny.com. Purchase a book for yourself or a friend, become a sponsor, or introduce who I am and what I do to your employer or someone that can be a sponsor, or simply donate. All of those things help this show go forward again and change lives daily. So thank you in advance for doing so. Now we're going to have a commercial from our sponsor.
FDA-approved GLP-1 weight loss pill. Weight loss has never looked like this. Now you can live lighter by losing weight. People taking Wegovy pill lost over 30 pounds, and some lost over 47 pounds. The power of Wegovy now in the palm of your hand. Weight loss with Wegovy isn't a shortcut. It's a way forward.
Don't take you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Serious side effects include pancreas inflammation and gallbladder or treatment problem. Call your fiber if you have these symptoms. We go global and would beat, especially if you take medicines for it. Call your fiber if you experience vision changes, heart racing, or any mental changes. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Side effects of nausea, diarrhea lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
Live lighter by losing weight and keeping it off. Get started for less. Ask your prescriber about Wegovy Pill today.
All right, y'all. Our business topic of the week is invest yourself. And it's about effectiveness. Invest yourself. Effectiveness. Okay. And so here I wrote, invest yourself in it all. So we're talking about being effective by investing yourself in something, not investing in you, but investing yourself in it, like showing up for yourself, right? Sometimes we show up to things and we think like, oh, I'm here, that's enough. No, you have to be active about whatever it is you have going on. You have to be intentional about your presence, right? Be present in the present so you don't miss the present of that moment, okay? And so here, invest yourself in it all, right? So basically saying, don't half-ass it. Basically saying, like, if I'm going to be effective at something, I'm going to be effective in all parts of this, okay? I'm not going to show up on one part and lollygag on the other part or drop the ball on ourselves. And we do that often. We drop the balls on ourselves often, and then we look at other people and go, well, why didn't you do this? Or how come you didn't tell me? Or why didn't you remind me? Because it's not my fucking job. How about that? You have to invest in you. And this is a part of, like, you know, with me being a life coach for 10 years, that was something that I can't pull you and push you more than you desire to be pulled or pushed. I can't get you to your destination more than you desire to get to your destination. You got to be in this too. I'm in it fully on my end to support you. I'm in it fully on my end to walk alongside of you. You've got to be in it too. And I think that in life, we sit down a lot on that. We drop the ball a lot on ourselves and go, well, nobody showed up for me. Well, you didn't show up for you. You didn't stand up for you. You didn't do what the hell you need. Why you keep sending me stuff or asking me for help when you didn't do what you needed to do? It's time now that you invest yourself in it. It's time now that you realize that sometimes you are the problem in your own way. Like, you're in your own way sometimes. And that doesn't mean like, oh, I have to beat up on myself. No, this is not to really beat up on you. It is to probably smack some wake up in you. Okay. But being effective, it requires intentionality. Right. And so investing yourself in it all means that I'm going to find a way to be my best or do my best in these areas. And if I need help, I'm going to ask for help because I don't want to waste my own time, right? I don't want to waste my own time, and I want to reach my destination, okay? And so that part, I guess, is really just a wake-up call. Like, get the hell up. Stop talking about it. Nobody cares about you talking about the shit you want to do every day. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Because the ones that really care, they want to see you get after it. They want to see you do something. And again, y'all, the most leadership videos and things like that, if you listen to motivation and stuff, it's not about getting up after it, having 100% go every damn day. Okay? Some people project that they have that they're at 100% capacity every day. There are lies. You can't be at 100% for a season. You can be really energetic and go. You're not always at 100 damn percent. Okay? You're not always going to have 100% to give. It don't have to be perfectly polished every day. It's just that you've got to be in it. You've got to desire it. Y'all, when I say I wake up every day to change lives, I definitely wake up every day to change lives every day. Do I have the capacity every day to do it? No, every day I'm not at 100. I'm damn near never at 100 capacity. Okay, to give all of me to somebody else. No, but I'm still available at the capacity that I have to give, right? Because I'm investing myself fully in that which I desire. Okay. And then here it says, how effective are you? And this is just saying, okay, let me take inventory, right? Again, it's not about beating up on yourself, but it is about, let me figure out where I'm dropping the ball. Like, let me see. And this is why it's important to document. This is why it's important to write down like what you've done for the day and things, because you get to literally see with your own eyes, how am I spending my time? How am I spending my money? You know, what am I doing? Like, am I actually working towards these goals? Excuse me, like what's the end game? And am I inching closer to that? How effective are you? You know, are you just throwing raisins up in the air and just hoping that, you know, it's a bowl of sunshine later? I don't know. You know, like we've got to be, and it's not even about being realistic, okay? But we do have to be realistic with ourselves. You have to be honest with yourself about the role you play in your own life and your own desires. Okay, because if you want everything to just come to you and you're not in a position to receive it, you're not in a position for those things to actually reach you, you've got to be the one to say, okay, how can I get there? Then how can I open myself up to receive these things? And don't get me wrong, none of what I'm talking about is easy, especially if you're a business owner or you're at work and you're trying to get a promotion, or even relationships and love. Opening yourself up to these things does not mean they're going to fall in your lap, because you can't just wish it there. Like, oh, you can't just wish it there. You have to position yourself, right? And so in terms of how effective are you doing the things that help go towards what you desire? Or are you just doing, like they say, some people are doing busy work and calling it production, except you've not gotten any closer to your destination. You've not gotten any closer to your goal. You're just avoiding it by doing other little things, right? Doing things that don't matter. Yes, you had a busy, full, productive day. That's good. I'm so proud of you. You had a productive day, right? Did any of that go towards what you want for yourself, for your goal for that day? You know? And so being mindful about that keeps you in check, right? Because you have to be accountable to you before anybody else. There's other people being accountable for you and you're not doing shit. That's tough. Again, as a life coach, a former life coach and accountability partner, I can only hold you accountable to what you actually going to do. If you're not doing the things that we discussed, if you're not following the plans and pathways, you're wasting my fucking time. You're wasting your time. And so because nobody has time to waste, then, you know, give it the capacity you have to give. Figure that out. Find out where are you in your own damn way and figure out how you can adjust, right? Most people think, like, I used to go over a morning routine with clients. And, you know, most people think that, oh, my morning routine means because like I'm listening to these motivational videos and stuff, and so-and-so gets up at 2:30 and so-and-so says you got to start your day at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., whatever it is, okay? What I told my clients is, because we're all on different sleeping schedules and patterns, right? Your peak time of day is your morning routine time. Whatever you notice is your peak time of day on a regular, right? Some people peak in the afternoon. Like me, I don't, you catch me after 2-3 o'clock. I mean, don't even try to really, unless it was intentional about business or something I was waiting on, good luck. Because after 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my mind goes to personal things, right? My mind goes to my emotions. My mind goes to my children. My mind goes to other things. So my peak time of day is probably between 7:30 a.m. and 12:30 or 1 p.m. Right? I'm that early. Like that's my peak time. Now my peak time to do with personal things before that is like 4:35 a.m. Okay, until 1:30, right? Because those are the times that I'm active, I'm up, I can read, I can think, I can breathe, I can write, I can produce in that time, right? And I'm learning, and as your seasons of life change, your peak time can change too. It can even split, because I can also start a project at 6 p.m. and go until 8 to 10 p.m., right? Because I can split now. I can do morning and evening. But that afternoon spot, please don't think you're going to get work out of me in the afternoon. That's not my morning time. That's not my peak time. So finding the time that works for you that you can maximize on, and I'm saying 2 to 4 hours that you can maximize on each day. Each day, it is important that you know what that is for you, because when you know it, you read all these books and things, or people read all these books and things, and they don't apply them. Okay. But if you want to have a 4-hour work day, a 4-hour work week, you have to be very intentional and effective with your time, because otherwise you will just be wasting your time trying to live a lifestyle rather than building a life. Okay, I'm saying a lot, so I hope y'all are taking notes, because it's important to think about these things. It's important to see, what role do I play in this, and how can I actually how can I take hold of this, right? How can I take hold of this? And so again, how effective are you? What is your peak time of day? And then what do I need to do in this peak time, right? This is about investing yourself in effectiveness, okay? And being effective in your own life, okay? And so in this peak time, what are some things I can do? Some people exercise, eat a meal, journal, listen to motivational commentary, whether that's a podcast or just motivational videos or whatever, a sermon, right? Spending time with God, pray, whatever it is you need to do in that time, make sure that it's something that helps you push you forward to production towards your goals and dreams, right? So, excuse me, here it says cost. What is the cost of it, right? What is the cost of all the things I'm doing each day when I get up and choose to live my life? The cost is not just about the money. And it's really not just about the time. It's about the fact that you won't get that shit back. That's what it is. The cost is, I'm not about to get this day back. How do I want to live it? I'm not about to get this opportunity to hug and kiss you and tell you I love you again. How do I want to handle that? Because we don't want to miss it, right? And it's not about missing out. It's about taking full advantage of the gift presented before you while it's there. That's in business. That's in personal life. That's in personal relationships. I can't stress this enough. It goes across the board of effectiveness. Spending your time, y'all, the best way to waste your time too is spending it doing something you don't want to do with somebody you don't want to be with as well. Stop staying at jobs that are hurting you. Okay, if you can't find another perspective and another vantage point for how you can be valued in that place, or you value that opportunity, stop staying in those places. It's other opportunities out here. Is it easier? Oh, Tara, that's so easy for you to say. Sure it is. Sure it is. Easy for me to say. I know it's not easy to do, but how much time do you have to waste being miserable? How much time do you have to waste being undervalued? Like, we give ourselves to these things as if we have to do it. Like, oh, I got to pay dues or somebody. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe that job. You applied to work there. You can leave. Okay? You said yes to being in that marriage or that relationship. Guess what? You can fucking leave. If you cannot be open to see or find a new perspective on how can I effectively and positively love you and be loved by you? How can I effectively and positively love my job and find some appreciation or something here too? Know that I'm valued. How can I be present in my family, and spend time with the people I love, right? Or give the resources that I have to give to my community, right? If you don't care about your community, don't be in it. Don't be in it. If that's not something you love, don't be in it. Okay? Because you're wasting your time and everybody else's. Okay? It's a waste. And what we don't want to do is continue to waste our time, our energy, and our efforts. We just don't have that. We can't get that back. And so in being effective, it's kind of just asking yourself these questions like, do I want to be here? Am I happy to serve here? That's it right there too. Am I happy to serve here in my job, in my family, in my business, in my relationships? Am I happy to serve here? Hold on, my son is calling. I have to call him right back. And so you have to ask yourself these things. Am I happy to serve here in this capacity, right? Because it may not even be that you need to leave whatever it is, right? It may not be that you need to leave whatever it is. DC, I have to answer this. My son is calling back to back. I'll see you guys next week. Sorry, I have to take this call from my son.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Every time it's on everything, the life you choosing, I'm cheddering. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gonna stop till I rest in peace and they put a hold on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So let's go. To the child of God, standing toe-to-toe, hot now. You can't fight the rock, I got the sauce you want out with. Destiny, man, I'm a the strength is savage, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another glory. Big it's so hard to go down. Since you can't change, but it was great games. And faithful, capable, great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game. So it's me like the A train. The path that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. All by myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chest it.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.